Okay, considering it is a dark day, I'm just checking where I'm 2 notches down in darkness. I've decided to do 1 notch over, no notches down, because we did sort of oscillate between 2 notches over, no notches down in the pine forest last year, and that seemed to be giving reasonable colour. And oh yes, it's definitely got this funny soil. There we go. It's definitely the same sort of friable break up. Absolutely, you know, you're going to collapse down some sort of mine shaft sort of soil, but with lots of lovely glaucous plants around. Yes, interesting. So I always think this might bode well for some prey foliar site hitherto undiscovered by myself. Oh, it could have been known about for a century for all we know. And J.G. Tepper, I think, if I got his initials right, probably haven't now, I'm starting to lose my memory. TGO Tepper, that's it. Yes, he probably went everywhere and did everything, so, oh yeah. Is that the young version of these? Well, it looks pretty good in the monitor anyway. And I'm probably going to have to pause at the next thing, and I'm struggling with my thing, so I'll just put it over my shoulder and I'll fix it up at the next clip interface. But you know, it's weird soil. Now, if this was weird the other way, you might have high hopes of banana growing on this, but it's weird in the wrong way, I think. Yeah, anyway. Anyway, it's barely the start of the season, so I'm just sort of starting preliminary recce's, organising myself, thinking, oh, might go out here, have a bit of a preliminary look-see recce. Is it worth it? Should we push further ahead? Should we push further ahead on old sites? And so on and so forth. And yeah, I think they just died off. They haven't actually had a burn, have they? It'll be interesting. But we'll walk on through here and see how we go. I don't know, it keeps saying 27, whatever it is, unless it just keeps a 30-minute reserve in there until it starts winding down. And somehow I've eaten 3 minutes of it up by accident, somehow, pressing some little toggle, I don't know, but, well, you can see some of the beauty of the eucalypts here. That's what I say, because the bark on some of these eucalypts, you got your 4 to 6 basic types, the old 4 and the new 6 sort of thing, and then you've got this change of barkage when it sheds various layers of the bark, and you get all this, and if I've done my work, I don't know. Again, having trouble with the browns and oranges sort of thing. I don't know. Probably I'll get home and find out it's absolutely fantastic. Well, that looks all right-ish. I don't know. Maybe the problem is I just have to go to 4K. I'm just not picking up the detail. The problem with the colour is I just don't have enough megapixels to actually give you the graduation and the luminosity properly for you to get the true-to-life representation. But anyway, yeah, it smells like I did have some sort of burnout here. Yeah, so it smells like it was quite a long time ago. I suppose I better film this because, for people overseas who haven't seen something like this, it'd probably be... Didn't we have something like this out at Mountain Bold? Some sort of tree falling over in this sort of pattern? If you go back to some of the Mountain Bold ones from last season, didn't we have a tree that did something like this as well? I think it was some acacia, wasn't it? But okay. More of the same. Trying to work out what's the most interesting pathway I can take you on through here. Oh. See, I did actually wind the windows up on the car. Well, this is interesting. almost like burnt out the central bit of the... Must have been an afterburn, like, you know, embers started burning and burned over the next couple of days and really burnt into it. Yes, Abbott Land, the land of the bushfire. Well, that looks nice. I mean, can I get something like that? That really is nice. As I said, dead things can be beautiful. Burnt dead things, or dead burnt things, can be very interesting and beautiful. But now we're walking into what I think is some sort of divide into the back end of the southern part of the Haddle Hill Conservation Park. As I said, I think I'd make it a conservation park because you can do bugger all, damn all else with the soil. You know, it's sticky and wet, and during the wet and the so-called winter, and then it goes all like this, friable and cracks up and everything during the dry. I mean, imagine trying to have a cricket match on this, and then during the wet trying to have a footy match. All this weird soil, so. But maybe it's actually a sink for the water. So the water goes into here, gets stored for a certain amount of time, and then is released slowly over the next few months over summer. And it's enough to keep the the prey tubules on a nearby site engorged, or I don't think that's the word I'm looking for. Inebriated isn't. I don't think that's the word I'm looking for either. So they've got enough moisture to remain firm in the ground but don't rot, sort of thing. Gives them an advantage, sort of thing. So maybe it gave them enough advantage to hang on as they evolved, as they probably came across from WA along the Southern Land Bridge as some sort of member of the Bulbosa rosculata group or complex. Oh, here we go. Maybe this was the pathway I was actually seeing on the... Does that fall down some sort of mine shaft? It'll be alright. But as you can see, I don't talk a load of what when I talk about these soils. Eventually you'll see a clip and oh, that's what he means. Now I understand. He's got all this... And sometimes it can be so dark grey it's almost black. And yeah, it's usually the worst or the best soil, depending on how you want to look at it. And yes, I'm glad I did decide to come because the rain's coming in. But it's a good test for the camera and the colour, and I'm going to have to put the camera down, I think. And 8 minutes, yes, time to start a new clip and put my cardigan. Good test on the blue there, though. I can't fault the blue. Okay.